Hello there. Good evening, and how are you this wonderful Sunday? I hope you're having a really good time. I hope you've had a lovely day, and I hope things are going well in your life. But if they're not, well, maybe I can help. So why don't you come in with your questions, and perhaps I'll shed some light on them if I possibly can. Any way at all to help, and I'm sure that that's exactly what I'll try and do. Hello there, Linda. How are you? Margaret Mackenzie, Peter Gallagher, how are you? Thanks for coming in.
Cup of tea.
A cup of tea.
Cup of tea, mate.
Good evening also to Mr. John Holding. He happens to be here tonight.
Evening.
Evening. Cup of tea. So we need a cup of tea at this. Around this time's a nice thing, isn't it? Hi, Paul McGregor. Hi, Joyce. Edward. James Edwards, how are you doing? You've got my glasses on already. Helen Lee, Fiona Thompson, hi there, how are you doing? Now, I had a very nice night, I have to tell you. I was out and about on the tiles, as they say, last night. I was over at my niece's engagement party. Yes, I was actually in Helensburgh last night, so it was good to be back. Thank you. Thank you, John.
It's giving me... Keep scrolling down.
I will remember to keep scrolling down. I have been told. So anyway, I was over there and I had a lovely evening. It was good to see the family again, and yeah, it was a good night. So there you go. Hi, Linda. Frank, Anthony, pick a card. Need some good news. Okay, you know, Linda, I'm sure you do. For a Taurus, you do. Anyway, by the end of this week, coming up by Friday, Saturday, I think you're going to have some good news by then, my darling. Kirsty Francis, Ali Barr, Elaine White, Daniel. You can do them when you can say that name.
Bouffisson.
Bouffisson.
It's the same one I'm thinking.
It's a great name. It's wonderful, isn't it? Lizzie, how are you? Lizzie McSwiggan. Eleanor Lauder, hi there. Elaine Gillespie's watching. Ali Barr. Amar Mann is here. Hi there. Maureen O'Donnell. Dana, how are you? Dana Nick's here as well. Geraldine McCormack. Evening, Frank and John. Liked and shared. Could I have a card tonight, please? Feel like there's a few people. I take it that's people. So we can't go in to see more.
Facebook is.
There is no need of that. Baby, just come away with things sometimes, John. You just flash out when you want to. Anyway, I can't really see the rest of that one, Geraldine, but I think because you liked and shared, how wonderful of you. Thank you so much. I think it needs to be a wee turn for you. Okay then, Geraldine. We're doing Geraldine McCormack, Johnny, if you could.
Right.
Does it pin? No.
No, nothing pins.
Nothing pins, you see.
No promising, you know, might as well be watching.
What?
Miss Marple.
Miss Marple. That's all we're showing. Well, it's Geraldine McCormack we're doing anyway. Okay then, here we go, my darling. Well, the cards that are out for you are about change and change in destiny, okay? But also Hierophant with it as well. Now that just means that there's advice being given to you, and if I were you, I would take it. And I'd take it over the next 2 weeks. So something that's very favourable that would come in for you will be told to you over these next 2 weeks that will help your situation. Now going back into the last 9 weeks to the last 9 months, I think you've been holding on there with the fingernails. It's been that desperate or that heavy in your life. But that's all going to change for you now. And I'll look out for this star sign around the star sign of Taurus. And also that you're coming up to a crossroads where really you're getting a chance to say goodbye to an awful lot of, there's a word for that. You know, sometimes you stand on it, dogs do it. You know that? And I think that that's what you've had an awful lot of, and that's what's changing for you. Now, between now, I've given you a fortnight for information, but between now and this month of May, perhaps, maybe April, May next year, there's such a big come-uppance and a great change in order for you to leave behind the things you don't need anymore. I hope you understand this. Please come back to John. He'll be here for you, and thank you so much for sharing as you did. But you know, I love the last card that's out here. It's called the Magician, and it's a crossroads card. You're getting a chance to make a big change, a big statement change in your life about where you would like to go, where you would like to get out and about and do your own thing. It's as simple as that. And I think it's going to be excellent for you, so well done. I just think it's good to be able to say goodbye to, you know, the pressures and the heavy stuff that you've had for a while. So hopefully there's a little bit more back, a little smile back in your face, Geraldine. Okay, thank you for coming in tonight. Let me see who else is here.
Oh, I can pin from here.
Well, you can pin, we can pin from another end of the room, isn't that marvellous? It's absolutely marvellous. Lynn O'Donnell, good evening. Kevin Cloud. Is that a wall falling down? Something's happened. Elaine Gillespie. Shirley Wright. Shirley Wright. Joyce Bruce. Hi, Julie. How's the halls? Well, how were the halls, Julie? Okay. Joyce wants to know how your halls were. You please get in touch with her. Thank you. Anne Gray, how are you? And Kirsty White. Kirsty Francis. Helensburgh is my hometown. Well, I'm really happy for you. I really am. It's okay for me. I've got mixed feelings about Helensburgh. It was way back years, but it's good, you know, to go back every so often and say hello and goodbye. So anyway, I'm glad you're happy down there. I hope you're happy. But I've got an awful sharp pain as I'm talking to you, Kirsty, and it's right across my kidney area in my back. Will you please look after that? If that is you or someone around about you, that's rather painful. That's like a kidney infection or something, and that needs to be dealt with, okay? Or it's like a kidney stone. Bobby Darragh, how are you?
Right.
Yes.
James Edwards.
James, evening, friends.
He was asking if you could have on today as a Taurus.
James Edwards, a Taurus, is he?
Yeah. Trying to think of one. Can you see that pen?
Oh yes, I've got it. Oh wow, we're pinning, it's great. Hi there, James. Let's see what's going on for you, okay? Right, James Edwards. Your first card is the Priestess crossed by the King of Discs. That means that in some way you're in a kind of scenario here that you need yourself and somebody else to be involved. And a plan that's come out of this, James, that's going to make something go really big, because you've got a plan to make money somehow. A bit like your dad. And in this monetary scenario, or even a business term, the sun will shine for you. So I like this for you. I think it's wonderful, whatever it is. But you're having to take a lot of advice. You're having to do things with somebody else. Whether you're sitting over there saying, no, I'm just talking about my job. I disagree with you. I think your mind at the moment is in a far-reaching way. Now, I also think there's been a lot of problems recently. And in those problems, it's been exasperating for a while. But please take strength, James, because the moves in front of you are excellent. I mean, really, the changes that are coming up are brilliant for you. And have you ever had the feeling that you were doing all this work and didn't seem to get anywhere and never got a break kind of scenario? Well, that is what I mean is about to change. You're getting through the barriers, you're getting the opportunity. You're not doing it by yourself, though. There will be somebody else around about you, and good on them, because together as a union, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a partnership, whether it's love, whether it's just friendship or just two people coming together to make a business thing work, it is good, and it will prove itself all the way through to next year. So it really is big. So take the chances while you're getting it, okay? I love the spread that's out for you. The Ace of Wands is out for you as well. And so that gives you an awful lot of energy, and that'll lift your spirits and your attitude, and because it's been quite heavy. But I love the 8 discs for you. The 8 of discs is all about, it's like saying self-employment. Actually, it's one of those cards where you sell your own wares. So that's what I mean about business and opportunity, and I don't know, window cleaning onwards, you know. You could go buy a jumbo jet if you want, but it really is, it could be that big for you. So listen well and follow your instincts and your plan. Being a Taurus, you won't do anything untoward. Now come next week, I said to Linda McKechnie earlier on there, come the weekend, there's going to be a very big new moon, and it's going to be in Virgo, and that is really going to lift a lot of opportunities creatively. So I hope it really works for you. Okay, my regards to your family, but also that it's really about you taking a step for yourself. I like this. I think you're going to go far, James. So well done. Thank you very much. And thanks for sharing, liking and sharing. I'm going to have to stop saying that. I say that to people when I meet them, like and share. Anyway, I hope you're well. What do you mean it's like Tourette's?
Oh, you've got Tourette's. You just drop it into every sentence.
Go to like and share. Tourette's. What if there's somebody with Tourette's listening? That's a ridiculous thing to say. Okay, so let's see who's next. I can't see very well. Here we go. I still can't see very well. Joyce Bruce, you won a bottle of malt. Oh, you still having a conversation with somebody? Huh? I think they might take a bottle of malt from you, you never know. Margaret Murphy, how are you tonight? I'm fine. Paul McGregor, saw you earlier post. You were on YouTube. You'll be able to catch up on all your live shows now. Well, thank you, Paul. Yes, it's silly, you know. I had this YouTube channel, yes. I need an echo, and he's really good at an echo, I'll tell you. So I had this channel, and it wasn't being updated and stuff like that because of all the changes from sites and partnerships and all of that kind of thing. Anyway, we're back on track, so you can catch up on YouTube if you want. Okay, so it's there. Francis, hi there, how are you? We're hoping that John and I are well tonight. Well, I think I'm okay, and for him, oh, look at us. Liz Simpson is watching, hi there. Caroline Noon, hi there. Linda Brown. Caroline's going. She's giving me, is that the Canadian flag you've got, Caroline?
Yeah, your mask, that was hours ago.
Hours ago? Am I really that far behind? Yeah. Well, let me say hello to people then. Margaret Murphy, Fiona Thompson, Laura Bain, Lynn O'Donnell, John Holding is watching. Ah, I am way behind. Margaret McIntyre, Jehel. Margaret Anderson. Hello. One of the Andersons, you're welcome. Sheena Wilson saying hello. Vivian Jones is watching. Peter H. Emma, hi, anything from me? Laura McGregor's watching. Lucy Somerville. Lucy, how are you? I hope you're well. Hoping to see you soon. Laura McGregor, good evening. Good evening to you too. Oh, I have to go a wee bit down. Oh, dear God in heaven. All right, I think I've caught up. Paul McGregor, great stuff. Maureen McGregor is watching. Hello, Mo. How are you? Margaret Anderson would like a card. Now, which Anderson are you? Are you Anderson 1 or 2? I think you're Anderson number 2, I think. Melissa Lowe is, hi, Margaret. Melissa, or Margaret, hi. They're saying hi to one another. That's nice. Lisa Turner, Lucy Somerville. Me drinking gin, hope you're both good. Well, drinking gin on a Sunday night, almost a school night. I think that's quite ridiculous. Now, I'd like to ask what's been done. It's Margaret Anderson too. Right? I'd like to ask Margaret Anderson too, if you wouldn't mind telling me, are you doing anything at all to your house? Are you planning anything with your house? Or is there a repair getting done? Okay, would you come back to me and let me know? I'd also like to know about this pain I got from somebody else earlier. I wonder if that's spirit. Doesn't feel like spirit. This feels like really somebody had this pain at one of the readings that we did earlier there. So if you're there, will you come back, please, and tell John if that pain means anything, because it's not gone yet.
Yes, it's got plans.
Yes, Margaret, you've got plans. Good. It's your turn. Because there's something very much about houses for you. I mean, we're talking kit and caboodle here. You're either going to completely move it and move somewhere else, or you're going to start doing things to your house. And do you know something? I see windows up there, I see doors, lots of things like that. So it doesn't look too bad for you at all. But anyway, let's have a look from Margaret Anderson. Oh my, are you a determined person? When you want something, Margaret, you will go for it and nothing will stop you. Is that correct? Please let John know. Anyway, it's all about your house area, and it's very important because the death card is out now. Don't panic about that. Certainly doesn't mean physical death, so don't look at that. What it means is, in your head, you want the change. And knowing who you are now, nothing's going to hold you back till you get what you want, that's for sure. Why am I going to Ireland with you?
Margaret's saying yes, and she's laughing a lot.
Oh, she's laughing a lot, is she? But why am I going to Ireland? I've suddenly got Ireland for you. What's the connection, please? And why am I at the Duck Bay Marina?
Maybe she's silent on it.
No, I'm not at Duck. No, it's not Duck Bay. Remember Cameron House before it got burnt down? There. I'm suddenly between the Cameron House. So would you let me know what that's about, please? Anyway, this house scenario is really looking good and is going to come around quickly. And there's also, Margaret, I have to tell you, somebody around, and I think they passed with a, did they pass with a stroke? Yes, I think they did.
Partners from Ireland.
Oh, yeah, partners from Ireland, so you can take Ireland. But I've got this really dead arm, and I think maybe I passed over with this. So could you, if you can connect with that, Margaret, would you let me know, please? Thank you. But apart from anything else, you're that determined at the moment, you want to do everything really quickly. Well, I think most of it will be done by November. If that's, you know, that's the way it is for you, being the bonnet type, you know. I've got to tell you, someday, if the fire brigade man said to you, it's not safe to go in there, you'd say, really? I've left something in the top drawer up there, and in you would go. And that's what you're like. And that determination is showing through. And I don't think you're like that all the time. I think you do that sometimes. You know, when you're focused, then you'll do it. Okay. But I love this, whatever it is that you're doing to your home, it's quite brilliant. All right. Come back, please, if you can take Spirit, please, that passed with a stroke.
I think
Okay.
she can.
Oh, you can?
I think she said yes, that's correct.
All right, so you can take that. Right. So we're really on the ball here because of whoever it is that's coming through with that. I think also she wants to talk about a partner, a male, and wants you to know, all right, because there's a bit of a panic here with, is this your partner? If it's not, maybe somebody younger, but there's a man in your life at the moment and there's such hesitation going on, doesn't know where to go, that way or this way. It's a bit of a strained time there. Again, I have to bring the death card in. Prepare yourself to an awful lot of changes coming up that are all good for you. Okay? But I'm surrounded with all these young people as well, so you must have this family connection in a strong way. Good on you. It looks great. But you've got Spirit with you, so please think of the person who passed with us, and because they want to be around, you want to be known that they're around for you at the moment, okay? So much love to you, Margaret, and thank you very much for coming in. And of course, like and share. There you go, there's my Tourette's. So, who else is here? I can't see.
Margaret's daughter says seriously ill.
Oh, Margaret, are you really worried of this? Of course you would be, wouldn't you? What's wrong? Ask her what's wrong, John. No, I don't have a worry. Okay, I've got help here. If you've got Spirit coming through like this, Maggie, you get help. Okay, enough. Don't go down that road. Jeanette Jenkins, she's given me lots of love. Linda Ann Miller, Caroline Hone, Lizzie McSwiggan, Annette Stewart, Pauline, I can't see that.
McKillimont.
Pauline McKillimont.
She was doing karaoke last week.
You were doing karaoke last week. How did you get on?
She wants to know if her family are going to stop killing each other.
Margaret wants to know.
No, yeah, McKillimont, yeah.
No, it's Pauline McKillimont.
Pauline McKillimont, yeah.
She wants to know if her family are going to stop killing one another. Let's have a look. Oh, what family doesn't have their ups and downs? If it's anything like mine. Yes, they will. I've got to tell you something. There's a lovely card in the middle of all of this, Ace of Discs, and it means a break financially, an opportunity financially coming up. And there is somebody around you in this family that has got their feet on the ground that will plod towards what it is they need to get done and do it. As for the rest of them, sometimes all you can do is hold the coats. But what I've got here is the Three of Discs over everything. So here's my news for you, Pauline. Lots and lots of things changing now as regards work. There's opportunity, and it looks good. So get ready for this, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, I've got the chart out at the moment because, you know, the moon's just going into Gemini. And what this chart's indicating is that we're getting now rid of those T-squares that we had. We had an awful time of it all the way through August. And so I'm not surprised that an awful lot of people were not very happy at all. And that was the kind of news I was getting. But that's easing now. okay? And it's easy and it's going away. And what we're getting now is new moons and opportunities. So Mercury and the recent moon that was full have been so helpful in moving things forward, okay? Oh, I have a new light. That's really good news, actually. But it does still leave 4 planets going backwards. But one's going to be moving soon. And once that goes forward, we start back in a new track, okay? So I like this for you, and I like the opportunity family-wise, and I like a bit of money coming in that's going to make things a bit more different, okay? And as for your family killing one another, as I say, hold the coats. Because sometimes that's what they do. Pains, I know, but they do. I can get what you mean. Thank you very much for coming in, my love. Thank you for liking and sharing. Who else is here? Margaret Hughes, hi there. Jeanette Jenkins, Jessie McGregor, Lisa Turner, Caroline Lynch. Hello, would love to hear from my dad. If he comes through, my darling, I will come straight to you, I promise. Sometimes you don't choose. You have sometimes to wait for them. But one thing I will say to you, Caroline, is that feeling of being held down, not being able to move, stuck in a rut, if you like, all of that is about to move. And so is a family connection to you. Much, much more happier, much more easier. So hold on, I'm sure maybe if your dad came through, it would be, you know, reducing you to melancholia, if you like. That's not what the news is about for you. In fact, if anything, it's quite the opposite. It's changing new directions. And it's also about building up and getting on with it. Do you hear me? Well done. You'll do it okay, Caroline. Now, who else is here?
Good bit of validation from Margaret Anderson now.
What is Margaret Anderson saying?
It's the grandfather that passed with a stroke.
Oh.
Our Irish father comes tomorrow. Talks about him coming to Scotland to live in White House.
Yeah.
And they plan to help their homes.
Well, how wonderful, Margaret. That's really kind.
So you're slowly following.
Well, thank you very much for the validation. It's good to get it back sometimes. Because, you know, I can't remember who I was speaking to. Sometimes it feels as though you're speaking to that face, which only I can see of me. And you've got to really remember that, yes, there are people listening. Anyway, I hope I'm not taking away from your Sunday night viewing, and I'm glad you're spending it with me, so thank you so much for that.
Believe me, if there was anything decent on, I wouldn't be here.
Did you hear that? If there's anything decent on the telly, wouldn't be here. Now that's what you call a pal. That's what you call a real friend. See through to the end. Thanks. So who else is here? Leslie Elliott's here. Hi there. Evening, champs, on this damp, miserable night. Do you know, it is. And we were told somewhere along the line that we were going to have an Indian September. It's going to be that hot. And I think it's not going to happen. I think we're all into that rainy season now. But never fear, you know, Leslie, it may be damp and maybe wet. But I'm sure.
Leslie Elliott is choosing us to over a really hot Scottish guy on BBC One.
I can't hear you. Say that again.
Leslie Elliott is choosing to watch you instead of a really hot one on BBC One.
Thank you, Leslie. What can I say? What to help you, honey? You know, there was a time in my life I wasn't so ugly. Anyway, let's see what's going on for Leslie Elliott, because it's a damp and it's a miserable night for her. That's what she's saying. I've chosen to choose into 2 chaps instead of 1 Scottish guy. Well, thank you. Okay, right, Leslie, here we go. Stop fighting with yourself about certain things emotionally. You're giving yourself constantly a hard time. Stop it, okay? Because you're not going to get anywhere by doing all this beating yourself up number. You need to be quite upfront and very real. There are friendships around you, and very helpful friendships too, that will help guide and give you a new opportunity in a new way. Certain situations emotionally will always need to be worked out. There is no 2 ways about it. And stop worrying about it though. And I'll tell you, in relationships for you, come to that place where there's a kind of an equality. I feel that if you could get yourself to a place of feeling quite happy and equal for yourself, then your situations wouldn't be all that bad. Okay? And I feel as though you're held down emotionally because things aren't working out the way they're supposed to. Now, will you please come back and let John know if I'm on the right track? But I have to also say to you that you are surrounded by, well, two in particular friends that will guide you the right way. Okay? So I hope it doesn't continue to be a miserable night for you. I hope that was helpful. Please come back and let me know.
I'm seeing this really clearly now, Frank. Somebody only needs to come on with the slightest bit of a compliment and they get a reading straight away. That's
not true. I was reading Leslie before. How dare you fight with me, Moncho? How dare you? Did you hear it? Start a fight in a graveyard. I'm telling you, please give me the loves. Thank you. Thank you. Said Lord Bette Davis said, thank you. Pauline Gillimont, starting course tomorrow. August was a bad month. Yes, it is. And it was for a lot. Well, Margaret Anders, validation for Frank. Thank you so much. So you get 2 bits of information all the time. I'm really not good at this, you know.
It's Margaret Reed's birthday. Say happy birthday, Margaret.
Margaret Reed.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Margaret Reed.
So what star sign is she?
She's a Virgo.
Uh-huh. Is that it?
Yeah. Tracy would love to hear from her granddad. Yeah. Tracy, who's got the teeth problem around about you? Needs a dentist. And so it's not just like a, you know, drilling a hole. There's things that need to be done. I'm sorry, there's a lot of work needs to be done via the dentist. Will you remember that? Margaret Hughes would love to hear from her brother. Paul McGregor, Frank, has my friend Adrian ever came through? Paul, don't think so. And I'm going to tell you something. I've told this story many times before. I waited such a long time for my friend. I waited nearly 5 years for my friend to come down. And we promised one another that if anything happened, we'd be in touch. And it didn't happen. Just over there, it's like times nothing, I suppose. Blink of an eye. Here, it's weeks and months and years. So, sorry, no, Paul. If it ever comes, I will let you know. Francis. Oh, Tracy, it's your son that needs a dentist. Oh, no happy there. I would tell you a story if you had 3 hours to spare about my time at the dentist. They had to knock me out. Honestly. Oh no, this injection thing. Oh, I woke up saying to them all, these are all coming to a party, everyone. The state I was in. But there you go. Because I'm such a coward at the dentist chair. There you go. Francis Morrison, how are you? Andrew Daly. Evening, Frank, have you given me 2 predictions last 6 months and they were both 100%? Oh, thank you, Andrew. That's kind. Thank you for that. Hi, Bernadette. Bernadette's in, Johnny.
Hello, Bernadette.
How are you, my darling?
So's Jason, so's Jamie Wallace.
Who?
Jamie Wallace.
Jamie Wallace. Hi there, Jamie. Did you
Jason
say?
Caddy.
Jason Caddy's in. Oh, Jason Caddy. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. We're doing bad days of this all the time there. What are you doing? Oh, they're away down there. Jamie Wallace. Hi there, Jamie. How are you? Morvan McFillan. Even 8. Even 8. What does that mean? Oh, they don't know. Well, I'm financially wealthy. Gina Rod. Thank you, Gina. Let's have a wee look at Gina Rogers Bolden. Will she be financially wealthy? You ready for the truth? If you do a lot of work, yeah, there's a lot of things need to get put into place over the next 3 years. It could be a change in your finances. Will you be wealthy? Here's what I'm going to say. The outcome after 2 years, 3 years, the 9 of discs, that means to be financially independent. That doesn't mean you're going to be rolling in the door, but you're going to be okay. I hope that's an answer. But do you know something? think that's a really honest question. You know, sometimes when you say to people, especially in private reading, what do you think of money? They all do the same number, you know. Oh, I know, if only I didn't have to get by. Oh, Jordan, no. Money's not a big thing for me. Of course it is. Money gives one thing and one thing only, freedom. Freedom to travel, freedom to not worry, that whole thing. So that was a really honest question, so I'm glad to tell you. 2 years will pass and you'll be very independent from then. You've got the Hermit over you at the moment, so there's an awful lot for you to discover, a lot to find out, a lot to plan, and a lot to make work. And I think you'll find that it goes really well for you in that one. What is it?
I'm financially independent.
You're financially independent?
I can get a return to Milport once a month.
You can go to Milport once a month. Is that rich? We're talking great, talking Rockefeller here. Anyway, listen. Commercial advert. Hope you don't mind. Remember, if you've got a burning question, all you have to do is text Frank, followed by your question, to 85358. And more, 85358. And I'll get my team, myself and the team, will get on to answering your questions. Now listen, there's lots of things going on. Did I tell you we sold out the show? Yeah. We sold out the show. And then Hilton came back to say that they could release 2 more tables. So there's still some tickets available if you'd like to come along to see the live show. It's on the 5th of October. There's not very many tickets, by the way.
About 14.
How many?
About 14.
Oh, about 14 tickets. So if you're interested in coming along, you'll be very, very welcome, of course. And have a fun night, I hope. Do some readings, and then later on do some more readings in the lounge area. So let's see what we can do, okay? So you'll be very welcome to come to that. Now remember, down at frankpilkington.com, it is all sitting waiting. All you have to do is go and say hello, see your stars, because your stars are up now for the monthly. Okay, they should be on. And of course, your weeklies will go on tomorrow. So jump on in there and see what they're doing. So it's nice to see everybody coming in tonight. Thank you so much for coming in the way you are. Amanda Blair.
Only wants to know good stuff.
Amanda, I'm with you all the way there. If only that were the case. You see, sometimes, I mean, your intention is to take that, but sometimes, like, I had it's a Skype reading, as it were, one of those things that we do. Is it messenger reading? I don't think it's. No, I don't think we're doing that anymore. We're doing Facebook Live soon, I think. And it was one of those. And the woman was very nice and she was lovely, and I had nothing else to say to her other than, no, that's not going to happen. This is not going to happen. This is going to move. This will happen maybe next year. Oh, no. And then suddenly she got to that place where she started to tell me the reading, you know, no, you're wrong there, because that's going to happen and I'm going to do that. And I said, no, you're not. So you know, and so sometimes the good news that you want to hear, sometimes that isn't the case. You get, you know, it's okay. Sometimes, you know, when you're close and you're involved, it's what's there for you. Now I told her, you know, you're perfectly happy to say that was a lot of rubbish. Just don't say it to my face that I'll kill. That's a different thing. But I don't think she's very happy with that. But the good news is that she did agree with everything the way I was explaining what was going on in her life at the moment, to make things slow. And what she really wanted to do was get moving and move on quickly. And I totally understand that. But you know, come back to that question about only want to hear good things. You have to take your chance. Okie doke. Thank you. Where are we now? Homemade soup time. James is telling us that homemade soup time. You know, it does sound good, doesn't it?
Is it lentil?
Oh, I hope it's lentil. But you know, that sort of wet Sunday night, getting ready, bath time, whether you need it or not. The kids in the bath. Oh.
Is it that time of the month?
It's not like that. Common piece. Oh, I don't know where we're going. Linda Lycan, how are you, my darling? How's things? No, you're worried. Anyway. Annette Stewart, how are you? Where are we? I can't see. Margaret Reed. Oh, did we not say Did we not say happy birthday to Margaret? Did we?
Not really.
Oh, I thought we did. My birthday week, Frank. No. What day, Margaret, of the week? What date? Because this is the 2nd, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and if you let me know, we'll have a wee look. Michelle Martin, how are you? Jason Caddy, how are you? How's your bike, young man? Jason was having problems with his bike, Johnny. Shirley Wright, Frank, will my business take off? I'm struggling financially to do anything. Please have a look at Shirley Wright. Okay, Johnny, could you pin her, please?
I'm fine. You're miles away.
Oh, I'm miles away, sorry. I'll catch up, I really will catch up. But let's get, are you still here, Shirley Wright? I hope she is. Both businesses are struggling right now, and I'll tell you why. Brexit. People are so afraid of what's to come, and it's all this scaremongering going on out there. It's so unfair, you know, because we still have to eat. Let's have a look for Shirley. Will her business take off? Once it changes, yes. So whatever you're doing in your business at the moment, is there any way that you've been thinking about going in another creative direction or adding to what you're doing? Because if that is the case, then yes is the answer to your question. It will, and you will sell well. Although at the moment the struggles are going on, and they will for the next 9 weeks, maybe even the next 18 weeks. There's a struggle, all good. But I think the turning point for you, Shirley, will be round about November onwards. I think the Christmas market will be good for you. So don't give up. I'm not going to say that unless it was awful, and I tell you, don't go to your work tomorrow. But it isn't. It doesn't look that bad. You're getting there, and a great show of strength in all of this. I think you're really getting through all of that ability to prove your worth. Don't lose heart. Okay. Who's this moody person round about you anyway? Shirley, there's this somebody that could either be really helpful, or there's an old saying, all sugar or all, you know what I mean? The opposite of sugar. So be careful there. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'd rather that this person was much more on your side. It feels as though there's an objection. But anyway, stop worrying. I think your business area will eventually pick up, and it'll get much better than it was. Now, who had the heart condition with you, Shirley? Heart condition, feeling it now. So will you come back and let me know, please? I'd be grateful. Or would you let John know? And stop worrying about your family. They're fine. Listen, you're talented. Don't give up. Keep going. All right? Thank you very much. Like and share. From Therese, man. Our cards on my side. Bernadette Gallagher wants to know, are the cards on her side? Right, Bernadette, let's have a wee look and see if that is the case. Are they on your side? Yes. Financially, you're going through a bit of a turmoil, but that's about to change as well. So listen, there's something very much coming up with a legal connection, Bernadette. And it's to do with mail, and it's to do with whether it's letters, emails, or whatever. Pay attention to this, and don't think that you're going to lose because of this. Now, sometimes I'd say to you, there's a bill coming in and it's going to make a dent in your floor. Boom, that letter through the post goes bang. But not in this case. I just think that there's something that needs to be looked at carefully and handled correctly, and it will work for you. Okay? A wee baby girl, though, connecting to a doctor soon, Bernadette, and that's important. Okay? What are we doing? Oh God, I'm miles away. Sorry. I'm catching up with you though. Maureen O'Donnell, hi there. I'd love to come to your show, Frank, but I'm waiting on a date. Any day for a knee replacement. Oh man. I know my friends, although I've got to say, she had her hip done and then she had her knee done, and she said the pain between the hip wasn't as bad as the knee. Sorry to tell you that, but you need it done. Well, I don't mean to not cheer some. What would you want me to say? It's not going to hurt. Of course it's going to hurt, but you need to exercise it. You need to get on your feet as soon as you can and get moving with it. And I hope it works, and it will work for you, so stop it. You stop, you keep out of my show. See that, man? Oh, help police. Anyway, Annette Stewart, how are you? James Edward. Lynn Edwards, fancy going for my treat. Ah. Are you bringing the lovely Lynn with you, James? That would be kind. He's a turner.
Between her knee and scaring that wee boy to death about the dentist, you're a nightmare.
I'm not a nightmare. I'm saying the boy has to go to the dentist. There's a lot of work to be done, and once it's done, it's done. Now, as for this poor lassie's knee, it needs replacing. She's in more pain without it. Oh, that's dancing over there. It wants to tap dance now. Go away. Why is it he's getting a drink tonight? Oh, oh, you're ripping the dancing. It's ridiculous. Bernadette's come back to say thank you. You're welcome, Bernadette. You're welcome. Edna Michael, how are you? Hope you're both well. We are, my darling. Hope you are too. Chin up. Joyce Bruce, anything for Lizzie McSwiggan, Catherine Curry, Samantha Curry, I beg your pardon, Melissa Lowe. How do I know that name? We'd love to know if things are going to work out the way we are wanting in the next few years. Melissa Lowe. This is going to skim it because this is a really deep question you're asking me, Melissa. But let's see. I'll give you, hopefully, as in depth as I can, or if it's yes. Yes is the answer, it will. Okay. But your life over the next 4 years has to change, and it will. And it will change, I think, for the better. No more of that being stuck. So, yes, I think in the long term it will work. Well done. I hope that that's good news.
Melissa went to school with one of your boys.
Melissa went to school with one of my who?
Boys.
Oh, one of my sons? Yeah. Oh, which one?
No idea.
Might be Luke or George. Margaret Anderson. Oh, Melissa, lovely. It will work out. Went to school with your son. Andrew Daly. Could you have a card? Andrew, have you injured your hand? I've got a pain in the back of my hand here. It's like, and that's not sore inside, it's sore outside, like a bang. Be careful of this one, Andrew. Okay, Andrew Daly. Andrew, you're surrounded with all the success coming up. There's this really big success coming, but I want to tell you something. You're going to either a wedding or a get-together, but that looks to me like a civil ceremony between two people of the same sex. Well done. And it's beautiful. And whatever this relationship is, it's going to go exceptionally well. But Andrew, got a real bad pain in my hand. Be careful. Month of October, not far. Sore.
Melissa went to school with Josh.
Oh, you went to school with Joshua. Joshua, my son, the actor. Me and Josh were best friends. Remember you, Melissa? I knew the name. Ann Taylor, how are you?
Joyce Bruce says I sound like I'm in another room.
You are in another room.
He's got me in a cupboard.
I've put him in the cupboard.
He's got me in a cupboard, Joyce.
In the cupboard.
The mops and everything here.
At long last, he knows his place.
Did you move this bleach?
People ought to move the bleach. This is too much. Elaine McDonald, how are you?
I want a cushion for this Henry Hoover.
What?
I want a cushion for this Henry Hoover.
What's a cushion for the Henry Hoover? I mean, come on. Please help me. Rescue me. Armand. Is it Armand?
Armand.
Armand.
Keen to hear about something.
Well, Armand, I've got a lot of pain behind my eyes speaking to you, just calling out your name here. It's an eye problem, and that's a head problem as well, and it's to do with, well, sight actually. It's not to do with a bang or a sore or anything going on inside. It's to do with sight, so it's to do with glasses and getting to the optician. Will you please, if it's not you, it's somebody close to you. Please remember that. Let's see what this is about. Oh, Amar, you have to stick to your guns, whatever you're doing. Okay, you've got a big choice coming, a real big choice coming up, and that choice will work for you as long as you stick to your guns. Do you understand? I think that this pain over my eye here has got something to do with an older gentleman around you. And I think he needs to get his eyesight sorted because there's odd pain there, but there's nothing untoward. I'm telling you, it's to do with glasses. All right? But you've got a very, very big choice to make, Amar, and it's a very big choice too. And I think, is it going to work for you? I think so. But just, how can I put this to you? I'm like, too many people in your life. You know, it's not one, it's 10 or something like this. Well, I've got 4 around this choice anyway. And one of these major choices coming out is the Ace of Discs for you. And the Ace of Discs for you is an opportunity financially to make things work in the long term. But you have to make the choice and stick to your guns. Okay? Thank you very much. So you can't say I passed you by. So can I have a wee share of loves, please? We share of loves. Because he's stuck in the closet there. He's worried about his Henry Hoover. Yeah, that cupboard. Oh, I have no idea. I can't see a thing now. Why is that? You do a reading, you can't see anything. James, how are you? James and Jacqueline Malone, hi. Bernard de Galli, you're so funny. I'm so funny. This is all life, I'm stuck. Jessie McGregor, hi. Will I always be lonely? Are you ready for the answer, Jessie? Are you? Let's have a wee look then. Jessie McGregor, John, if you could.
Yeah.
Pin her, please. Let's see what awaits you. Will you always be lonely? No. The first card out for you is the Fool, followed by the Sun. And if you've got that together, my darling, you've got big opportunities coming up. So if it's about loneliness that's to do with your own hand, give it up. If it's to do with the past, let it go. Because the Fool is new beginnings. And with the Sun over it, and this wee card here saying swiftness. Oh, wait a minute here. There you go. Swiftness. That means things move quickly. It's the 8 of Wands. So the Sun, the Fool, and the 8 of Wands. Go traveling, get moving, get out and about, whether it's getting on a bus or an airplane or a train or whatever. Do it. It's good. Right? Travel, it's going to end your loneliness. Go look for it. It's waiting. Well done. So you see, sometimes it is good news. Amar's come back to say thanks. You're welcome. Now remember, Amar, it's a big pressure you're under because you've got to stick to your guns about the choices that need to be made. Important. Amanda Schofield, how are you? Caroline Lynch, how are you? Who else is here? Geraldine McCormack's here too, Johnny.
Yeah.
Peter Gallagher is here for a card. Let me see who else is here. There's a lot of people. Angela MacArthur's giving me all these loves. Wow. Thank you so much. That's because I asked you for some love. That's kind of you. Thank you, Angela.
Is that enough?
Sorry?
Is that enough?
Who's you got enough?
Angela's saying, is that enough loves?
Oh, Angela, we can't ever have enough loves. It goes on and on and on. But you have done so much for me. I thank you so much. That has made me feel so good. Subscribe to my YouTube. Oh, that's me.
Oh, you like looking some whites, going to Gran Canaria for 2 weeks.
Are you? It's the most beautiful island, I've got to tell you. I know that when you land there, well, the airport thinks, oh, it's all sort of like busy city kind of thing. But see, once you're out at the coasts are lovely, but oh, go up. If you can get a car to drive up into the mountain area, I'm telling you, it is breathtakingly beautiful. It's an amazing island. It really is. Is that one of the largest ones, Johnny? Gran Canaria, I think it is.
I don't know, I was off when we did geography.
You were awful with geography.
Yeah, I was off school the day we did geography.
Oh, he was off school the day that you did geography. You know what I mean? You know, one day. That's like a friend of mine didn't know the story of Moses. Oh, anyway. I think it is. It's one of the biggest, the bigger islands, but it's quite breathtakingly beautiful. You know, it's just it's so diverse. You know, so you go from the beach, which is baking hot, to these mountain ranges that are just oh wow, and it really is steep. We're talking real steep stuff there. But wish I'd been able to spend more time there. It was a kind of overnight thing.
You want to backhander from the tourist board?
No, I don't want a backhander from the tourist board. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what it was like. That's my experience. Do you think we could get a replacement for you?
Please.
It's out. He wants the replacement. Too much, too much.
David's turn.
It's whose turn?
David's turn.
David's turn. For David, you'd get it as well. No, I had David here. David was so afraid to speak. Did you know that?
Was it?
No, he was so. David Cooper, my friend, came down to give me a hand because I kind of work these things. And I said, "What does that say?" He's going, in case anybody heard him. Just simply really shy, John. Fran McNabb. And Margaret Hughes. Did you get the beach, John?
The bleach.
Oh, the bleach.
Yeah, actually, it's quite heavy. It's got a nice bouquet.
He'll stick to Pinot Grigio, I think.
There's an aftertaste of burnt almonds.
Stop. Taste of poison. Anne Taylor, how are you? Anne Taylor, Anne Taylor, Anne Taylor. Okay then, Anne. Let me see. Anne Taylor. Oh, Anne Taylor, wow. What a fabulous thing. Now listen, there's somebody young around you, Anne, and they're getting this real opportunity. They don't believe it. They can get it. It's a young male. He doesn't believe that he can. This isn't, going to work for me. It's, that won't work out. Or how can I do that number? Oh, what an opportunity. And you know something? They'll take it and it will work. It really will work. Although I also have to say to you that somebody else in another sphere here, and this is an emotional problem for somebody around you, Anne, and it's like they don't know whether they're coming or going. They're really confused about certain situations in their life. And the only thing I think you could give them is sanctuary. And sanctuary could come from words. Not so much there, but more just talk it out. Say what it is you have to say. Sit there, have a coffee. That kind of loving support, Anne. Do you remember that? Because, well, that is somebody that's really quite confused. It's a bit unfair. But it will work. It will work. But as for yourself, it's okay. Your energy's up. It's going to be strong. Your grace of wands over you. And that's a real good opportunity coming up via energy. Imagine, if you would, that there's this great big a gas leak, if you like, in the street, and somebody lit it, and there's this flame power. That's what you've got for a while, and until somebody turns it off, make sure that it's not you. So enjoy the energy that's flowing, because it really is big. Okay. Margaret Finnegan. Stop. Oh, Margaret, you're getting it. Would you listen to that nonsense? Liz Simpson's crying. Why is she crying? I think she's giving me this cartoon of crying. I'll get back to you, I promise. Margaret Finnegan. Margaret, can I ask you who had the bad arthritis around you? And I had it for quite a few years. I'd like to know, because I feel as though that I've had to put up with it for a long time. Okay. And who's James? Anyway, let's see what's going on here for you, right? There's somebody in your life, Margaret, that will want to travel and travel quite extensively. We're talking, like, you know, we're not talking about here to Butte or around Britain. We're talking about a lot of countries, or one particular country that he needs to get to, but it is a distance, that's for sure. And there's also somebody around you who, no matter what, knows what he's going to do. There's money to be made, and he's going to do it, and nothing's going to stop him. And that's what's going on here. So I've got to say to you, whoever we're talking about, they'll get their wish, and the Nine of Cups is over this person. So happiness is theirs. They'll get the wish, they'll get the opportunity, they're going to go much further than possible. There is a lot of money around there. Now, if somebody else asked me, will they be wealthy in their life? I'd say whoever we're talking about here could possibly do just that, and do it within a short space of years, 7 almost. So somebody young, somebody focused, somebody knows exactly what they want to do, and off they go doing it, Margaret. So well done. And that's the news I have for you. Now listen, please like and share. I'd be grateful to you. And also that I have to say, be commercial thing here. So if you still have a question to ask, I'll stay on after this show and do as many answers as I can, either myself or my team. And for that, what you have to do is to text Frank on your mobile, Frank, followed by your question to 85358. That's Frank, followed by your question to 85358. Now, of course, there's other psychics on my site as well, very hand-picked, wonderful, talented people. You're very welcome if you wish. And you'll get that at frankpilkington.com. I've got to say to you, Gillian Bowie, you're late. Where have you been? I hope things are okay, Margaret.
It's Margaret Finnegan's sister.
Is it?
You were talking about.
Was it?
The opportunity in the travel.
Oh, it's fab. Whoever this is needs to go and do it. But who's the male with your sister then? Because there's somebody there that's going to guide. Now listen, only 11 tickets left for the show on the 5th of October. So if you'd like to come along and see my show on the 5th of October, I'd be really grateful. And we could have a great night. But as for tonight, it's coming to an end. Thank you so much for coming in. It was kind of you. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've had a good evening. And well, it kept away the rain, didn't it? And I thank you for taking
it.
He puts another bowl of bleach. Oh, it's so tempting, so tempting. Anyway, I'll see you on Wednesday. I'll be back on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. So listen, tomorrow's a big day. It's Monday. We're all back to work, we're all back to school, we're all back to all those things. I hope they all go well. Sleep well tonight. And I'll see you on Wednesday night, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun. And my parting words, of course, are always be nice to one another. So easy to be bad, so be nice. It's good. Nice, loving, and supportive, and you have a good time. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.